Hey guys! Happy Easter and a belated Purim to all my Jewish friends out there. Let's see, the past couple of weeks, I went home for my friend's wedding and it was beautiful and a whole lot of fun to see her and her new wife and a family that I've known since God, 4th or 5th grade. It's kind of crazy to think about that I've known her for more than 15, 16 years of my life, and now she's getting married, or she is married now. So that was fun and relaxing, and I got to see my family. And what else? I've been going back to Shakespeare Forum, which has been great. I did a Medea monologue, which is a piece that I worked on in college, and I haven't really dusted it off since then, so I was like, to hell with it. I want to do something that I don't have to worry about putting pressure on myself to make audition perfect. So I went and I did that and got a lot of nice feedback, and I'm going to work it and then bring it back in a couple of weeks, like a month or so maybe, and see what they had to say then. It's a part that I would love to play at some point, but I clearly have to grow into because some days I don't even feel like I can pass for 26. I mean, I was carded at a bar recently, so yeah, I definitely can't play Medea quite yet, but that would be a lovely goal at some point. I've had some auditions, went to EPAs and an audition for a short student film. I had an interview for another job and have a trial run on Friday, so it'll hopefully kind of balance out my temp agencies because they haven't been the greatest lately. I need to know that I'm going to have some income during the week, Makes things a little easier. So hopefully that will work out. Okay, so I know that I said that I was going to do some things in my last episode, and I have done them. I am on Twitter more. Just trying to retweet things, my own thoughts, both my MFA My Way account and my personal one. I went to the drama bookstore and I got 2 books and a play. I've already read the play. It's called... Why am I blanking on this? It's about a romantic triangle, and it's got a couple of good monologues in there that I can piece together for the female part. But I also got Uta Hagen's A Challenge for the Actor, which is her second book after Respect for Acting. And we had to read Respect for Acting in college, but we never had to read A Challenge for the Actor, and I was working on it for a little bit. And I wish I could have met her at some point, or seen her in a show or something like that, because the way she writes just is, it's eloquent, it's poignant, it's logical. I want to read a little bit to you, just to show you what I mean. Whenever I despair about the condition of the present American theater, I remind myself how very young our country is, and I take courage in the awareness of its speed of growth from wilderness to civilization. Our first 100 years left little time for anything but clearing the wilds, breaking ground to provide shelter and arable land, gradually providing schoolrooms, churches, and town halls. The creation of a viable government, communication between settlements, a pursuit of higher education, and the arts had to wait their turn. And then it goes on to describe the history of the American theater, all the way from the morality plays in puritanical times to the players that came over from Europe to the evolution of companies in New York City and things like that. And if you didn't know this history, especially if you're living in New York, it's really fascinating to look at the way it was then, and it talks about Edwin Booth and the standing companies and everything like that, into the times of Stella Adler and Meisner and all those people who now have established schools in the city, and the Theater Guild, the kind of commercialization, especially in the 1950s, and then McCarthyism and the persecution that a lot of people faced. And then the 60s, which was a big time for theater, and then how it kind of just fell, especially in the 70s and 80s. And there isn't really much of an explanation for that, which I find really interesting. Anyway, I am here, so I have a long way to go, but it's a really interesting read. And there are chapters that talk about technique and things like that, and then exercises and the role and just basics that we learn in college, but I don't think we often take the time to revisit once we've gotten out of that educational setting. Things like really asking someone a question, which kind of seems common knowledge of what you should do if you're talking to somebody else in a role, but so many people forget. You just kind of blaze right through it. So that's what I've been doing lately, trying to take my own advice and do the things I've been talking about. Class starts again today. I'm taking the same one again. My teacher, Blair, and we came up with some specific goals for me because we both agreed that I plateaued during that last session and I don't want to do that again. So I have some very specific things that I want to work on. I need to spend more time with the text when I get the sides. That's just something that I have to do for my own preparation. And I asked for more difficult dialogue so that it forces me to do that. We have a scene for this class from Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. I've got that already memorized and prepared. I'm going to spend a little more time after I finish this looking at it again. I mean, it's when it comes down to it, it's just work that I have to do. And I don't think I was putting enough into it for this last round of classes, which is my own fault. And anyway, bad Sarah. The last one is keeping that natural style feeling. I'm really good at improving something and then going right into it and keeping that like Sarah saying natural words type of feel. Whether that means I have to improv it with somebody here or I run through the lines on my own before I get to class in that manner. But working on getting that feeling that I get after improving it, being able to do that the first time around instead of saying, okay, that seems a little stiff, try improving it and then going into it. I just need to do it right away. So I'm glad that we're doing that, and this class will take me through to the end of April, and then I'm going to try something else. Not that I think that my teacher is bad or anything. I love her, and I love the class, but I think that I will need to try something else just to continue to get a variety of techniques and teachers and things like that and cherry pick what I like and what I don't like, etc. I'm working all this week. I'm temping at the hedge fund, which is great for my bank account, and Shakespeare Forum on Thursday, which is great for my artistic soul and all things like that. It is nice talking to you guys, and I hope you have a lovely Easter, and I hope you are getting out to enjoy the sun because it is much more sunny and warm out. And I spent a couple of hours outside yesterday, and I saw the freckles on my face, and I think they're gone now, but it really made me excited to see the freckles again. So that's it. All right, I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.